This is a school management system for primary schools, and in this video, we are going to see how to use it step by step. This is a system I have just finished developing. So we are going to see how to use it. So if I told you are interested in having it maybe in your school, you can send me a DM so we can get started. So basically, it has two systems. It has two dashboards. It has admin dashboard and class teacher dashboard. So we are going to see how an admin can use it and set different functionalities for class teachers and other teachers to use. Then we are going to see also the components that are in uh, teachers dashboard and class teachers dashboard. So the login is the login interface is the same, but the the login credentials will be different, and it is the admin to set different login credentials for different users of the system, and also to set roles. So let me enter in as an admin. So when you log in as an admin, this is the interface you'll be seeing. So as you can see, here you can toggle the sidebar, so as you can increase the space for the cover space for this one. So you can toggle it, you can put it back. So this is the name of the school. Here you can do different settings, and you are going to see how to use this one. So this one, it will welcome you based on the username you use, and this is the date. And as you can see here, we have the logout. So you can click here to log out. And now this is the dashboard. You can see the dashboard. The dashboard shows you the total number of the student in the school, and then total staff you have, then female students you have, male students you have. So if at all your school has day and the boarding section, you can see here the number of students in the day section, and here the number of students in the boarding section. Then this is a graph that shows you number of students per class. You can see that in P1 we have 36 students, in P2 we have 48 students, P3 we have something like 34 students, P4 we have 44 students, and P5 we have up to P7 where we have 48 students. So this one is like summary of the population you have in your school. So you can click here and you'll be able to see all students in the school. Their credentials like background, their last name, first name, gender, date of birth, admission number, class, streams, then image, but we shall come here. We are going to come here. So basically, this is the dashboard, and now here is where you enter class. So most of the information I've already entered it, so we are going to just see how maybe how you can go about it. So here's where you enter the different classes you have, but in most cases, schools have from P1 to P7. This is like that's our setting in the country. So if at all you want to add a class, you click here, then you come and enter a class. For example, you can say P8. Yeah, of course we don't have P8 in Uganda, but this is just a demo. So click here to add the class, and it will be added here. So if at all you want to delete a class, you just click here and it will be deleted. And now you can see we no longer have P8. But then if at all you want to add a class that is already there, for example, if I try to enter P2 and P2 is already there, it will not accept it. It will tell me class already exists. And when you come back here to classes, you can see that we don't have another P2. So you can't add a class twice. You can only add a class once. So if at all your school has streams, you can come here and add streams. So you can see now here I have P1 active, P1 brilliant. So maybe your school can be having maybe P1 red, P1 blue, something like that. So you can click here to add those streams. So you can say like maybe P3 and then you add a stream. If at all you have, you can say maybe mainstream or another one. So this is where you enter the stream. So you can also click here to delete the stream. So when you click on the delete icon, it will ask you whether you really want to delete that class or that stream. So you can click OK if you want to go ahead and delete, or you can say cancel if you don't want to delete. Then Now here's where you enter students in the school, but the students you enter them only once. Maybe if at all you have new entries, maybe a new student has joined, but most cases you enter students once. So, so this one it shows the first name of the student, last name, gender, date of birth, admission number, class, stream. Remember, streams you have already entered them here, so they will automatically come. Okay, we are going to see how we can add a stream here. Then, actually, let's first go to how you add a student. Now here you come and enter the first name of the student, and here you enter the last name. But then, if a student has more than two names, you enter all the remaining names here and the last name. So you can maybe enter maybe like now then you can enter. Okay, maybe I can say the student's first name is Kato, then the last name will be James Karemba if the student has more than two names. So because we don't have a provision for other names, so the other name you enter them here where you enter last name. Then you can come here and you choose gender. Then you put date of birth. You can click here to select the date the date of birth, something like this. Then here you choose whether a student is in day or boarding section. Then here you can enter learner identification number. Then here you come and enter the class that learner is in. Then, for example, I can say P3. Then the moment you say P3, this one will be populated based on the streams you added, you attached to that class you have chosen. Now, for example, if I come and say, now, for example, if I choose P3, here I will be saying main. But then if I say P7, you see, this one will automatically change to active because I said the stream I have in P7 is only active. So if you have another stream to also come here and you can choose the stream for that student. So you can also click here to add the image of that student. For example, I can click here and add that image. Then let me enter something here. Then after I will say add a student. And now you can see here a notification that a student has been added. Now when I come back here and I try to access that student, let me search. And now you can see the student is here. This is the student I have entered. You can see that it's called Kato James. Then this is the information I have entered. So I can say I want to change it from maybe the student is not in P7, maybe it's in P1. You can just come here and change the credentials of that student. Then you can click here to change the profile picture. The image of that student, and then you can say update, and now you can see our student comes here because this one filters based on the class. P1 will appear first, then P2, P3 like that. Then you can also click here to filter the students. If at all you want to see maybe only P7 students, you can click here, you choose the stream, and now you can have only P7 students. Then if you want to download a list of those students, you can click here to download, and an Excel document will be downloaded with all information of the selected students. As you can see, now you have only P7 students because we only chose P7 there. So you can now see that you have only P7 students. So you can do anything with this file. You can print it, you can enter marks, anything you want. So basically that is it about students. So you can delete a student, you can update students' information or anything. So now here we have subjects. Here's where you enter all subjects that are taught in that school. So I have already entered the sum because most of the subjects are the same. So I have entered all of them here. So you can click here to edit a subject, or you can click here to delete that subject. Then here's where you attach, because here you enter all of subjects taught in that school. Then here in class subjects is where you attach subjects to different classes. Now, as you can see, for example, P1 can be doing maybe, now for example, here I said P1 does Uganda Literacy 1, Literacy 2, religious education. And now when you come because P1 to P3, the lower primary, they normally do the same subjects. So you can attach all of them here, as you can see. Now, when you come like to P7, you can see that P7 does science, mathematics, English, social studies, maybe spiritual formation or computer application. So you can see it here. You can see that information here for the students for that class, because the uniform does classes, the subjects you enter here will be the one that will appear on the report at the end of the term when you want to print. So you have to be careful when you are entering when you are attaching classes to different subjects. So you can, how do you add those subjects? You can click here, and I say maybe you want to add to attach to give P5 class subjects. So you can click here. You can start now selecting subject. Then you click here to add another subject. After you click to add another subject, you click to add another subject. Then after you assign subjects, and the subject will be attached to that very class. Then here users. This is where the admin enters different users and their roles in the system, like teachers who are going to use this system. So you can click here to add the user full name, then username, because this username will be the one that the user will need to log in into the system. Then you set the password, and then you choose the role. Is the person going to be an admin? Is the person a class teacher or just a mere teacher? Because the role you attach to that individual will determine how they access the system. So if you said that person is going to be an admin, it means that person can also come and use this interface. If the person is just a class teacher, they also have their own roles, as we are going to see at the end of this video. Then teacher subject assignment. Now here's where you attach subjects to different teachers. Like you can say this teacher teaches this subject in this class. For example, you can come here. Now here, because here you have already entered those teachers in the class. So here, you just choose from all the teachers you entered here. So you can say maybe this one. Then you put the initials, because these initials will appear on the report. So I can say maybe KJ. Then here you choose the class the person is teaching. Then maybe you can you can choose even the stream. Then here you choose the subject this teacher is teaching. For example, I can say Uganda, then which term one, and then which year. Because why are these ones important? Because in this term you can be having that teacher, then next time you have another teacher teaching that subject. So you have to come here and you give the subject to another teacher if a teacher changes. Then after you can add a teacher. Then assign roles is where you give class teachers. This way you give class teachers the class they teach. Now, for example, I can say this one is a class teacher to maybe P3 main, and then this teacher I have given to P3 main will be the one to enter marks to manage that class, enter marks, enter students, enter subjects, things like that. Then comments, we are going to see this one later. Then examination is where you set examination that are done in that term for different classes. Now, for example, if you are doing end of term, beginning of term, and mid term, this is where you come and enter those subjects. I mean those sets of examination. Now, for example, if I when P7 is doing beginning of term, mid term, and maybe mock exams. So you come and enter those things here, because this what you enter here will determine what will appear on the report. Now here where you declare marks, now an admin can declare marks for all classes. Yeah, the admin has the admin has the permission to enter marks for all students in all classes in the school. Now the admin just have to come here to declare marks. Then you come here, you choose which class do you want to enter marks. For example, I can say P4, then which you want to set to now, like you want to enter for which set of exam. For example, I can say I want to enter end of term for P4. You click here, and then that's why here you already assign exams that come here are the one that you already assigned here to examination. Now I said that P4 is supposed to be beginning of term, end of term, and mid term. Then I will click here. Then when you click here, I'll still come and choose P4, and then I say switch. And now you can see I can now enter marks for all those students in P4. I can come and start entering them based on the classes on the subject I assign to them. Then after, at the end, I will come and say, I save marks. I can enter then and say save marks, and all the students will be given those marks. So you can as well come, the admin can as well come and enter for another class, for example, P7. Now here you can see that exams are based on the term and the year. That's why here you see mid of term 2026 and mid of term 2025. So for you, just choose you want to enter for which year and which term. So I can say I want to enter mid-term 2026. Then I'll come here and say I chose P7, and it's the one I want to enter marks. Then you can see I can come and enter all those marks for those students. Then after now on the report card, when you are done entering all those things, then you come here on the part of the report card. Then you can generate a report card just on a single click. You can you set all those things, then you select exams. Then generate reports, and this is how reports will appear. It will show you it will have the logo of the school, it will have the name of the school, and post office number, then telephone number, email, motto, and then whether it is the end of term, if term 2, it will say end of term 2, then it will give the year. Then here it will give it will show the image of the student, because remember here when we are adding a student, we attached the image of that student, and then that image will come here. Then here it will show you the name of the student, the class, the stream, then the learner student, the identification number, then position in the school, and position in the stream and position in the whole class. Then it will show you the gender. Then here to generate all classes attached to that subject, then even exams that were given to that subject in that year. Then it gives you the average of this one. It will grade, then it gives comment, and then teacher initials. And then here, here is where the class teachers and the teachers' comment will be. Then and the class teacher, where the class teacher comes here to enter the comment based on the average performance of the student. Then all this information will be dynamic. So you can change this information and this one based on your school. And you just have to come here and say school profile, and then you can put the school name, location, contact number, post office number, then email of the school, motto, and then the logo of that school, and then you update. Then this other information of payment and other things, you come and enter them here. You can say P1, term 1, 2025. And then here's where you are going to say when the term has ended, when the next term begins, then the amount of money the day students pay and the amount of money the boarding students pay. Now, for example, if I come and say the students are going to pay like this money, and then boarding students are going to pay like this money. So this is the amount of money that will appear on report for senior ones. So if I come and update fees, and I come and try to access senior one reports, now you can see here that the money is going to change based on what the information I put there. But now the money can vary from one class to another. That's why there you have to choose which class do you want to enter the information to. Then the part for comment, like the one now this is where the HM enters the comment. You can come here and choose the class. Like P7, then stream, then term, and the year. and then you come to comments. Then here you will be given the average student, because comment will be based on the average. You can see the total average, then you comment based on that average. Then the comment will appear on each student's on their report cards. So basically, this is the interface for admin. Then let's see the interface for class teacher. Now, when a class teacher is given a stream and a class teacher will see that we only see information for that class in the stream attached to them. Now, for example, this one is only attached to P1 and the stream is active. So this is where you can, the information you can see here is only for P1 active. The reason why this one is done is because a class teacher for P1 can't like comment for report cards for like a P3. So if you at all you have more than one class or one stream, you can all of those streams and classes attached to you will appear here, and you'll be able to select and do different work based on the stream you have chosen. Then here is where you enter comment. You can see that the class teacher doesn't have to choose the class, you just have to enter the term and the year. Then you come and enter comments for now. You can see that here we will only be seeing the total average, then you comment based on the average of the student. Then examination, you can also enter examination. Actually, this examination is for, it is the admin that enters this one. Then declare marks, you can see that you can only enter marks for your own class. That's why here you don't even have to choose the class. It is already chosen here. You can just come here and enter marks for your class. For example, I can say I want to enter for like term 1, mid-term. Click here and I will enter them, but I've already entered them here. That's why you see everything already. Then on the report cards, you can see that you can only see report cards for your own class. That's why this one is not a drop down. Then you click here, you choose the term, and then you generate reports. Now you can see that you can always see only your class's report. Now, just like you can see, it will give you the position in the school, in the stream, and the position in the whole class. Then it will give you marks for all the performance. Then it gives you average. Then it gives you the aggregate. But this aggregate will be based on the if a class is doing more than 4 subjects, it will choose the best 4 done and it will give you the average, then the division. Then here's the comment, but I have not yet entered the comment. Then you can see, you see how when the next term begins and when this term has ended. Yeah. So basically, this is a school management system for primary schools in the country. So you can see how it simplifies the work. And now most people are now moving away from the already school of internet, doing things on manually, doing things on paper. So if at all you are interested in this system, I'm just a call away, then you can get started.